Hi guys, hi my subscribers. I hope in this channel are people who are really interested in language learning, not because they are my friend or people who actually knows me. Today we will discuss English and Spanish learning process, and we have Clément. He is originally from French, but currently he lives in Spanish and knows Spanish and English perfectly. That is why I decided to record this video with him and to get some information maybe about some secrets. And yes, Clément, tell us a little bit about yourself and the main questions when you actually have started to learn English. I assume that it was like your first, second language.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for having me. So yeah, my name is Clément. I'm working at Badger, and so for our work we need to be able to speak English fluently. So that's why I'm using that. I'm speaking mostly English during the day, which is a bit sad. French is almost like non-existent, just because I moved to Spain. So yeah, I was born in France. I moved to Spain, and now I had to learn Spanish, the English, the hard way. I studied English, like everyone else in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Never gave much thought about it until I had to perfect it for my work. And Spain, I pick it up. Like I never learned it. I had to learn it in the street, and I never took lessons. So that's why I'm making some beginner's mistakes, but that's okay. I get on with it.
Do you make mistake in Spanish? Oh.
Yeah, I do.
Actually, for me, it's also a little bit difficult because French and Spanish are similar. Not similar, but they have a lot of like similar words. And sometimes I'm confusing which actually accent should I put because in some cases difference is only in like accent, For
Mhm.
instance, difícil and difícil. I don't know where
Uh,
is French, where is Spanish, you know?
okay, so French would be difícil, Spanish would be difícil.
Difícil. Okay.
You
Yeah.
have to do these kind of weird words that they are doing, weird sounds, sorry. But
Yeah.
yeah, we're not used to it. I understand that they share some similarities. They have some Latin roots, but for me, they are very different. When
Yeah.
I went to Spain, when I first went to Spain, I couldn't understand anything.
Yeah. For me, actually, after Spanish, and I was learning Spanish for 4 months. No, actually, with a teacher. It was like deeply learning with a teacher when I had Spanish classes twice per week. But of course, Spanish is in my life, and even still, sometimes I make some lessons in Duolingo, and I am listening to Spanish music, and sometimes I watch some films in Spanish. So yeah, and yeah, Spanish is in my life. But after Spanish, when I have started to learn French, for me it was only pronunciation. I was facing with the problem only with pronunciations, but some structure, like sometimes people not that people didn't understand why they need to put like je me sense, like, but I know that then like it's like yeah, so it's for me it was much easier, but in general, what English, as I guess you have started learn in high school,
Mhm.
but high school it was enough for you.
No, well, I guess I really learned English by watching movies and playing video games. That's a bit geeky, but that's really what made me taught me the most rather than
Mm-hmm.
high school English. And I think that when you want to really perfect your language, you have to either work in it or really be dedicated to it or live in the country, actually. I never lived in England
Mm-hmm.
or any English speaking country. I visited some, but yeah, I think that's the fastest way.
Yeah, I also had the same problem, but I was learning English for many, many years. I also learning in school, in high school, but but I remember, and I had actually a good mark, but I remember that when I came to Germany, and German people like try to speak to me, something discuss with me, I was completely confused, and I asked my sister Julia, please don't say that I know English. Say that I was learning, I don't know, French in school, because I wasn't able to speak and discuss something with them.
So they were speaking to you in English,
Yes, in English,
right?
because
Okay.
I didn't know German. It was
Okay.
my first trip to Germany. But of course,
Yeah.
after that, I have started to learn German, and I was
Hmm.
able to speak with them German. And German, yes, it was even the easy language for me, especially if we speak about pronunciation. German pronunciations for me, it's much easier. So and English learning process also took a lot of time for me, and I also didn't visit any English speaking country before Canada. I visited like Denmark or New Zealand, where people speak English perfectly. So yes, I'm trying to speak as much as possible, and sometimes yes, even in some cafe, I just just try to keep some simple conversation, because I was traveling with my friends. She's from Ukraine, and and we try to speak with the local, and how. So I even I ask something like to the waiter, what is the difference? Why some people call New Zealand and another people call this country like Holland? And of course I
Hmm.
know the answer, but this waiter, he started to explain me everything. Yeah, so just to speak as much as possible. Which actually you use some maybe tips or tricks to improve your speaking.
Speaking of understanding, so if you want to understand more, I'd say go take the same road as I did. Watch movies. Uh, don't use subtitles, because otherwise you're going to read, you're not going to listen. And yeah, watch something that you like, and I think that would work. Now, speaking, and you need to actually engage with someone like you did, to improve your speaking skills. So yeah, maybe find. I'm pretty sure that there are some people that they want to learn your language as well, and you'll be able to speak English to them, and they will speak Ukrainian to you, for example. So you both benefit from that interaction.
Maybe yes, I'm not sure, but is a passive methodology, like
Mhm.
watching films. Does it works for you? Because for me, yes, I was able to understand people, but to create even some simple questions for me, I understand, I have a vocabulary, but I was completely stuck. It's like I don't know what happened with me. I couldn't, I don't know, say anything.
It's much easier to understand than to speak, that's for sure, because speaking takes some brain power. Now, I don't, a lot of people, I think they are translating what they want to say. That's very tiring, that's very
Yeah.
long. Like you first speak in Ukrainian, then you translate that in English, and then you say it. That doesn't really work, does it? You need to be able to speak directly.
Oh, I am not have such kind of problem, and maybe for me it would be better to translate, because sometimes I'm thought quickly and myself, and sometimes when I'm listening to myself in recording, I'm discover that sometimes I cut some words or phrases in my head. I have
Mhm.
already said it, but physically I'm not.
Mhm.
And sometimes, yes, I wondering how people understand me. Yes, or maybe they understand me or pretend they understand me. In Germany,
Oh.
I didn't have such kind of problem, because German people, they are more straightforward, and if they something they don't understand me, they stop. Let's try from beginning. Yeah, that is why yes, German learning for me was much easier. The next questions will be, have you already, have you some confusing situations or some embarrassing situations when you were speaking English as well?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. More so in Spanish. You have some words that are very close in terms of pronunciation, and they don't
Mhm.
mean anything at all. Or some other funny situation would be that, there are some expressions, some idioms that I wanted to use. And those I would translate from French to English or Spanish, and they would sound very weird. But the same thing happens when I hear some Spanish expressions that I say, wait a minute, if I translate that literally, it doesn't mean anything. So yeah,
Oh,
this
it's
led to some,
great. It's great
yeah,
that they doesn't mean anything, because
they
I
don't.
had such confusion that they mean completely another word. But usually this situation happens with me in German. I don't know
Mm.
why German. If you miss some, I don't know, something, some sounds on something like that, it would be completely different words. But this word will be some really awful word.
That's always the case, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
only, yeah. But I had some funny situation when I was in Germany that completely shows how, I don't know, how it's important to know language when you live or when you communicate with a native. So it was a lot of years ago. The husband of my sister, or my sister husband, he works like LKV, or like truck driver,
Okay.
a big
Hmm.
car, truck driver. And I was traveling with him because it was quite funny. He had some different orders, not only in Germany, but in Italy, in Austria, in Czech Republic, in French. So, yeah, I visited my sister for holidays, and she was working, and yes, and her husband took me with him just for this trip. And it was so cool. It was so funny because we were traveling in this big track, and we were sleeping in this track, and we had some stops in some, I don't know, near some beautiful lake in Austria. And yeah, it was so excited. And of course, in such like wild maybe conditions, you need to, I don't know, to take a shower somewhere. Sometimes we return to the office, to the main office, where the shower was actually, sometimes it was a lake in Austria or in Italy, in Alps, yeah. But once it was like it was in gas station. Do you know
Okay.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and yes, and I remember that Herbert, his name is Herbert, he asked a woman actually if she has like a free, he asked something about like price. I was able to understand and speak German, and in German I even was able to speak more than understand in some cases. I don't know why. So yeah, and he asked about the price and asked about and something asked, and she said like 2 Minuten. And just to explain, that water in Germany is really expensive, and you cannot take just shower like, I don't know, just for staying. It's expensive. You need to do it quickly, just water, shower, I don't know, quickly. And I heard this 2 Minuten, and I thought that she said, yes, we have a free like shower right now, but it costs, you need to be in the shower 2 minutes.
Hmm.
I was, oh my gosh. And she showed me directions. I ran to the shower. I was so angry. I thought, oh my gosh, weird country, weird people. Okay, I understand everything, but 2 minutes for shower, weird people. So I quickly, I don't know, take the shower, the shampoo, water, I even didn't dry my hair. I ran out from this, like, this is room, cabin. People like looking at me, what happened with you? And I'm so angry, didn't dry my hair, like 2 minutes. I was trying to do everything in time. I ran to this truck, to this LKW truck. No Gerbert. I was staying. I was waiting for him, and it was evening, and weather have started to changing, and it has started to be cold. And I'm returned to this like gas station. I don't know to this, but it was like
Hmm.
a lot of like different options were, and I have started to wait there. after, I don't know, maybe after 40 minutes, I see Herbert, he is like, dun, dun, dun. And after that, I understood that maybe, I understood something wrong. And yes, and Java wasn't for 2 minutes. Yes, we were laughing, yes. But yeah, in this case, I understand that if you don't understand something, please double ask or something like this,
Yeah.
because it will be costed. It was, it was expensive in these gas stations. I don't remember. It was €5 for 2 minutes with that.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, I had such funny situation. Did you have like maybe some, not some, but some confusing situation where you was completely, I don't know, like embarrassing or?
There was nothing in a situation that was not explained right away. Like I said, expressions, they made fun
Mhm.
of me right away, but they didn't lead to something longer. So yeah, and most of the funny situation were really, dirty language, as you mentioned. That's it.
Ah, okay. Okay, dirty language too. So, yes, I'm wondering why you miss something, you get something, I don't know. I don't know, like it's something. Yeah. Could you please share maybe some special strategies, how you try to improve your maybe speaking skills? Because you speak perfectly and you write perfectly. And yes, I don't know, how much time did you spend to improve the skills?
It came up kind of naturally as I was,
Mm.
uh, watching the movies, as I said, and
Which is
working
good.
in English. Yeah, no, but that's really what I did.
Yeah, it
But
doesn't work for me at all.
you said writing perfectly. That's fine in English, but in Spanish, for example, since I never took lessons, I don't know how to write. So I made some mistakes, and they have some funny accents. I don't know if you noticed, like, they put some accents on some letters that I'm not used to. So writing is a challenge, but I'm using some autocorrect stuff and I'm getting it wrong.
Yeah. Say something in Spanish. I have never heard you in Spanish.
Queremos que seguimos la entrevista en castellano, porque sabes una cosa, los españoles no llaman el español español, le llaman castellano, porque hay muchos idiomas en España.
Oh my gosh, so fluent. Muy bien, muy bien. Yeah, yeah. I wish to speak so fluently in Spanish, but yes, currently I will actually to take lessons, maybe since next month. I don't know. For me, learning new languages help me to keep learning process in English, because sometimes
Mhm.
I tried to learn English, unfortunately. Even it happened 2 weeks ago that, it was like this process when you need to speak English and you speak English, but sometimes you said, oh my gosh, it's enough for me. I don't want
Yeah.
to do it. Yes. And you know what? And yes, I have started to learn Italian, and every day currently I have 5 minutes, at least 5 minutes for French in Duolingo, for Italian, for Spanish. And it helped me to, I don't know, to keep my process in English. So yeah,
Mhm.
learning another languages, it's really keep your motivations. I can like connect it when you do some sport. For instance, you visit a gym for a long time, and sometimes you tired, and when you switch it to stretching, for yoga, for instance, or for, I don't know, for swimming or something like this, it help you still in this, like, on your track of physical activity, but it's another. And yeah, and it help you to return to the gym, for instance. Oh no, but at least you have, like, I don't know, like,
No, I understand what you mean. You go back to something that you know,
yeah,
something easier, and it's still the main activity. Like you're
yes,
still learning something, but
yes.
it doesn't take so much of a toll on you.
Yes,
So yeah, it makes
yes,
sense.
yes, 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 yes. It really helped me. So yeah. In general, we discuss about your special secret and its films. Yeah, yeah. But have you already had a situation when you're afraid to speak in foreign language, that you completely stuck?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, that happens. That still happens. Like not so much of being afraid, but more being, conscious of my limitations. And I think that's okay, but you still need to go ahead and speak. And
Mhm.
because it's not your main language, the other person will be more lenient. They will accept some errors and you'll be fine. As long as you are understood, that's the main point.
Mm. But there were some area where you were completely confident, you know. For instance, I don't know why I'm bad in some medicine term, but I really love to speak with the doctors. I really love, and when some people, I don't know, when some people here in Canada say that I need to go to the doctor, I said, okay, please let me know for advance. Maybe I will someday. I could be your translator. I'm not perfect, but I really love. I feel confident. I enjoy this conversation. Even that sometimes I didn't understand, you know, I cannot. No, of course I can describe a problem and issue, even to, you know, even if I don't know, even I don't know some words.
Mhm.
But I'm completely here in Canada. I don't like to go to the cafe, and like I don't know. Some people have started to ask me some. I don't know. I order. I don't know some eggs. Which eggs do you want? How it could be? I don't know. How, please give me such. I don't know. Such deep.
Canadians are nice, aren't they?
Yeah.
Canadians, they are nice, no?
No.
They're not nice.
No,
Just,
no.
oh, I
Yeah,
thought they were.
I feel that they are, I don't know, I don't know this word in English. I feel that they do this for purpose because they see that that I want to quickly just, I don't know, I completely confused. I really don't like it. I really don't like it. And I'm so confused that once we we were in the car and we ordered something, you know, like McDrive, but it
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, orange cheese, please, orange cheese. And they understand me, they give me orange juice. But yeah, sometimes I completely confused. And yeah, do you have some area where you completely don't want to speak in Spanish? No?
Yeah, with the administration, I
Oh.
usually feel more pressure because this is something that I don't really control. It's
Mm-hmm.
complicated for me. I don't like administrative stuff in general, whatever the language.
Mm-hmm.
So if I do that in Spanish, then yeah, I'm more on the fence. Uh, because I'm sure there are some specific language that I will not get, and all the people there, they're always, pressure. They want to
Mm.
be done quickly. They don't have the time, so they're not really patient.
Oh
Uh,
my gosh.
I'm bringing my wife with me when that happens, so
I,
she
I
helps.
I feel your pain. I feel your pain. But cross finger and I don't know, knock on the door. Because in Canada, I was facing this completely different. They
Mhm.
usually say, yeah, oh, you forget these documents. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay, for this time, we forgive you. For this time. And
See, they're nice.
yeah, they're so nice. Yes, and usually, yeah. I
Mhm.
don't know what happened because here is like multicultural country
Mm.
and all people are nice there. Really, like what happened with them? And even I have started to be nice. I remember, okay, I will not tell the story, but I wasn't such kind of nice person. Yeah, but yeah, so yeah, it's like, I don't know, so maybe, I don't know, AI here. But so I'm not facing some issues with some administrative things, and I'm enjoy, especially after Germany. When you notice, I have some like I don't know, maybe survival language for German. But when
Mhm.
I visited some administrative things, yes, I was completely also, oh my gosh, what is going on here? What they want? So yeah, and I happy that people understand me and they always go, I don't know, ahead for me, even if I don't know, forget something or didn't feel something, or they, yes, don't worry, for this, we
Mhm.
forgive you. I am so, oh my gosh.
They're
Yeah,
here to help you. That's nice.
yeah. So yeah, actually, we discuss our main questions. So for Clément, it's a film. So guys, watch a lot of films. Sometimes it helps us, yeah,
It
because you
helps. It
know,
does. Yeah. Well, I guess it depends, right?
Yes, yes. So yeah, but for me, it's speak as much as possible, write
Hmm.
as much as possible, and put yourself maybe even in some inconvenient situations. And
Hmm.
yes, try to speak as much as possible. So yeah, it's learning languages. It's it's a process. I think without finish.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a journey. You're never gonna be like
Yeah,
bilingual. I don't think
yeah.
that's possible, except for maybe, my children will be bilingual because I'm speaking French to them and my wife speaks Spanish to them. So I think
And
that's the only
English
way.
and
Yeah, well,
English.
they learn English, but I don't think they will be bilingual. Well, or they will not be completely fluent in English. But yeah, get, immersed in the culture and yeah, immerse yourself with the language. I think that's whatever the channel you use, movies, books, writing, speaking. I think that's the main takeaway, right?
Yeah, 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 for sure. Yeah. So, Clem, thank you so much for your time, for your that you agreed to record this video. I hope it inspire someone learn languages, not only English. English, as I mentioned in our previous video, it's a basic skill that everyone must know. Everyone,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, but learning another languages is also change your mind, change your
Hmm.
I don't know ability to express yourself, and open a lot of new ways. Yeah. So thank you. Yeah.
My
Yeah. And
pleasure.
bye. Subscribe.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.